team.
Well, speaking of emerging from shadows, Madison Hubbell, Zachary Donohue, they had to emerge from the shadow of Merrill Davis, Charlie White. You could even say Chalk and Bates to an extent. And then, of course, the Shibutanis, Maya and Alex, not competing this season. And they've really come into their own.
Well, they seemed right on track this season to challenge training mates Papadakis and Cizeron from France for the world title, but they had a little bit of a setback at Four Continents, made some errors, didn't make the podium, so they'll be looking for redemption here.
That's it.
And here comes the other American team. This is the Grand Prix final. Madison Hubbell Zachary Donohue. For the first time in their career, they won both of their Grand Prix assignments in the same year. And for the fourth straight year, they qualified for the Grand Prix final, but they had never stood on the podium in the previous three. And finally, 2018, not only do they stand on the podium, but it's the very top spot. So they end up taking the title there. They also went on to successfully defend their national title, won it again in 2019, and then they were sitting first after the rhythm dance at Four Continents, but then free dance filled with errors, and they tumbled to fourth.
La sombra de María.
A little bit close there on the second twizzle, spacing just slightly interrupted. It won't affect their level, but it could affect their grade of execution.
No.
Well, maybe they would have gotten more if that spacing had been a little better. Maddie and Zach skate very, very cleanly. When they put their foot down on the ice, there's never any question that they are on a solid edge. There's very little hesitation and wobbling, very uncharacteristic of them. Much like Caitlin Weaver and Andrew Pogier, they're a very tall, impressive-looking team. They take up a lot of space on the ice in a very, very good way. You can see those lines and that lift, curve lift, just beautiful.
They are the reigning world silver medalists from the United States, Madison Hubbell and Zachary Donohue.
Madison Hubbell Zachary Donohue.
What's it like to get a hug as soon as you're done? Never mind.
Are you trying to pick your favorite performance so far? I am.
I think the judges are too. I'm going to let them do it.
Yes.
You do get the feeling it's going to be a very tight competition when it comes to the ice stands. We will have their marks when we return. Madison Hubbell Zachary Donohue of the United States. We just watched them take to the ice, having a fantastic season. It started last year when they took the silver at Worlds and really just carried into an undefeated Grand Prix year.
I'm having a sympathetic moment with the judges here because they must be all having nervous breakdowns, wondering how they are going to split all these guys up, because we are seeing great skates after great skates. They were marvelous today. Solid, strong.
I'm glad you were watching their feet for all the technical stuff, because I got caught up in Zach's face. Check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, his face, how many calories did he use just animating his face? It was a lot of fun. So, they work every aspect, and they do make it look easy, but as a skater, I know that the more you take that inside edge and the more you curve, the bigger your risk. It's like using a 5-iron or a driver. The driver is going to take the ball farther, but you make a mistake, it goes left.
It's that controlled power that they have that I find is so impressive with these two. So would that be a deciding factor for me? Hard to say. Oh, glad I'm not a judge.
Put something in your veins here.
Oh, I think she's pointing out the veins in her. Don't do it, Madison. We all end up staring at ourselves in the mirror, and then we just eventually don't like what we see. 83.09, so not enough to beat the 83.94 that the Russians have. So Sinitsina and Katsalapa from the previous warm-up still hold on to the lead.